Good morning. What's up, guys? Happy Sunday, early in the morning, right? The earliest bird eat the fattest worm. That's just for a joke, guys. I hope your morning is going on well so far, health and strength wise, and all of that. Once we have life, we have everything. But better yet, once we have health, we have everything. So how's your morning going on so far? Winding down the weekend, Sunday, almost Monday, and whoever's going to work, school, and going about your prosperous days during the week. Well, man, weekend is almost over, guys. Now, guys, as you guys see the title, we're back again with another story and a content that I want you guys to hear, rather share with you guys and say, guys, we're at a point right now where domestic abuse is never okay. Guys, we're at a point here now where this is a man that killed his girlfriend, parole ban reduced due to right of violation in the jail system. And there's also a bigger picture when it comes to Maplehurst, because we get to understand, I believe there's an action lawsuit basically happening in the same jail situation because of some of the jailers' rights were violated in the past, guys. So I don't want to drag out the story. We have a lot of things to unpack today, but at the end of the day, I'm just giving you guys the rundown and say, hey guys, I'm back again with the content to share with you guys when I can. Sometimes I'm really busy like a bee. So you guys most time busy, and I'm sure you guys watching other people. So I give you guys that time to roam about. Do you guys want to do wandering spirit all over until you guys find me? And I'm like, yeah, guys, let's discuss this topic right here, right now. So I'm going to read from my best of my ability. Likewise, you guys know that I have audio for this one today. So it's great, guys, when you have the audio with it and the story to go with it. Okay. Right. So at the end of the day, let's go. All right. So this is the content and this is the story. All right. So man gets life for ex-girlfriend's murder as judge weighs in on Maplehurst rights violations. So like I told you guys, this was a murder case happened. It boiled down in court and all of that and all of that. And now because it boiled down in court and stuff like that, that's what happened, right? So I'm just gonna discuss this topic. You're asking me, who am I talking to? Oh, sometimes I wonder. A lot of times I will come on and I will do a content, and by the time I get on, you have other people watch the content. So if you come on and you don't see anyone on the content other than yourself, you don't need to ask me in the comment, who am I talking to? I am going to be talking to someone and talking to some persons who's going to be in the live, so forth. So today's Sunday. Don't be a wandering spirit. Don't come over here with your madness, because it's either you get blocked or delete, or I will just ignore you, right? It's not like one time where I'm going to act like a Gatling hyena to carry on here. I'm not all about that. I don't have the energy for it, right? Because I am too busy. Okay? You understand? Right? What content? That's a picture. Laugh out loud reported. You understand? So anyways, let's get on with the story. 29-year-old Vanessa Virgin. 1 second, guys. Let me just focus on the story. All right? Because you have some wandering spirit over here that have no life, and I'm assuming that they just want to come over here to carry on. So we're going to get in the story anyway. So we're going to shout out, domestic abuse is never okay. All right. So the man, like I said, he got life for killing his ex-girlfriend, and there was a violation in the prison or in the jail. And after the violation in the jail, his sentence was reduced. So after this story, I'm going to play the audio. And if you agree with the story, you agree. And if you think he has rights like everybody else, no matter if you're locked up, then you could also agree to disagree. Okay, guys? So let's get into the story. Man gets life for ex-girlfriend murder as judge weighs Maplehurst rights violation. An Ontario judge has sentenced a man who pleaded guilty to second-degree murder of his ex-girlfriend to life in prison without parole eligibility for 18 years. The case is one of dozens affected by alleged violations of Maplehurst correctional complex inmates' right during their incarceration of the facility in Milton, Ontario. Like I said, a lot of them were hog-tie, stripped naked, all of that the other day, and there's a violation, and there's also an action lawsuit happening. If I have some more time, we'll go into that as well. Maybe that's going to be a different story on jail or prison, but maybe I'm going to put it in if I have the time anyway. Okay, let's move on. A lawyer for the man said Thursday decision could have significant implications for others. Court heard that Laval Ritchie broke into a basement apartment in Brampton, Ontario, where Vanessa lived with their 7-year-old son in the early morning of June 18th, 2022. Ontario Superior Court Justice Jennifer recounted in her ruling that Ritchie killed the 29-year-old woman by almost decapitated her with a knife he brought with him. With a knife he brought with him, guys. Okay? So not only that, he confessed their claim to the murder. Okay? He broke into the basement and brought a knife and basically almost decapitated the young lady, his ex-girlfriend that had a child for him. So let that sit in for a second. All right? Let that sit in for a second. Their son was at home, asleep, and was woken by the screaming mother. He went to the living room and saw his dad do something to his mom's head and heard him say, "You are done," Woolcombe said. His dad told him to go back to bed, and his mom told him to run. He went into the bed hoping it was a nightmare. Let that sit with you for a second. 1 second, my dog wants a cup. Give me a minute. Come on, man. You're late for the show. Come on. Anyways. See my little doggy. You know how dogs are. Anywhere you are, they find you, right? Come on, man. Come and have a seat. Come on. Okay, relax. Okay, guys. Sorry for the interruption. Right? Okay. Ritchie, 32, was arrested later that day and pleaded guilty to second-degree murder 2 years later. The defense for Ritchie asked the court to consider his treatment at Maplehurst in the sentencing and asked that his parole ineligibility period has shortened to 10 years. Judge says some of the man's rights was violated, like I told you guys. An agreed statement of facts in the case states that the crisis intervention staff responded to an inmate's assault on correctional officer in December 2023 by conducting a strip searches. Remember I said to you, a lot of the inmates was zip tie and strip search. So if you're not part of the fight and if you're not the one who beat up the officer, were you supposed to strip search and hog tie? No. So they said that the man who committed the murder, pleaded guilty to the murder, have a right, and his rights were violated in the prison system or in the jail system. Got it? Got the story? I got the audio. Don't worry. I got you. Okay? You understand? So anyhow, an agreed statement of facts in the case states that the crisis intervention staff responded to an inmate's assault on a correctional officer, like I said, in December 2023 by conducting strip searches for the inmates in a Ritchie unit and placing a zip ties on their wrist. Okay? Instead, inmates were escorted to the hallway in their boxers, basically naked, right? Where they were seated facing the wall while staff searched their cells. Inmates were then returned to their cell wearing their boxers shorts. Okay? Ritchie was left without any other clothing for approximately 37 hours, the statement said. And he and others complained and being cold and viewing this is a punitive measure. The statement said the lack of clothing was meant to clear the air of the toxicity. Okay? Used on living units. All right, guys? Welcome said during her ruling on Thursday that some of Richie Charter of rights were violated during the incident, but she rejected the request to shorten the parole ineligibility to 10 years, regardless of the period of the parole and eligibility. Okay? Imposed. Mrs. Richie's sentence is life imprisonment, she said. I am not deciding whether he should be released on parole, but rather how much time he must serve before he will be eligible to be considered by the parole board. There is no guarantee that he will ever be released. The killing of the girlfriend, factually one of the most gruesome, horrific second-degree murder cases she has encountered during her decade of experience as a judge, Wolcombe said. The parole period must protect the public, denounce the terrible offense, and acknowledge its devastating effects on the victim's family, she said. She said the parole period should be 20 to 20 years based on the circumstances of the case, but that she would reduce the ineligibility period to 18 years. Also, the ineligibility people period was reduced to 18 years. In my view, this strike the right balance. It gives effect of the seriousness of what occurred at the Maplehurst, but ensures that the sentence imposed and fit for life that Mr. Richie took, she said. Vanessa mother, that's the victim mother, said she still has moments where she can't believe her daughter is gone. I still expect her to call. I still expect her to show up. Connie told CBC News before court Thursday. Going to the cemetery is difficult because I just want to dig her out and hug her and hold her, but I know she's gone. Connie took Vanessa's son after she died. When he was 7 years old, she said, the light that was in his eyes, it's dim. No matter how much you do for him, that loss is so huge. And to do the witness, and to be the witness of the horrific scene, it's unimaginable, people. Unimaginable. Connie said, adding, he is attending one-on-one group trauma therapy. After the decision, Connie commented on Richie's incarceration. He made my daughter's life a hell. Those were harsh circumstances with beating, the abuse, she said. What he is enduring isn't harsh. Richie's lawyer, Peter, stated that Welcome ruling found his client's rights, life, liberty, and security was breached, along with his right to be protected from the unreasonable search and seizure, and his rights not to be subjected to cruel and unusual treatment or punishment. That's one of the man's rights in the country. Okay, guys? So that was the story. So we're going to show domestic abuse is never okay. Domestic abuse is never okay. And that one time that you go back, that could be your fatal time. This young girl was basically almost decapitated, guys. And I had to come and share this story with you guys this morning because like I told you guys, when I have a content, I will come on. When I don't have a content, I'll give you guys shorts now and then. And at times, I will come on most of the time and say, yeah, I got more than one content, to be honest. All right. So we're going to shed some light on the story with the audio. And we're going to move on with some other things. And I'm going to say, guys, thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure as always. Okay. Because I know today's Sunday. I'm a little busy myself. So I'm sure you guys are busy as well. All right, guys. So let's get to the audio quick and fast. Yeah.
Linville Richie was awaiting trial for the murder of his ex-girlfriend, 29-year-old Vanessa Vergioni, housed at Maplehurst Correctional Complex in Milton, when an inmate on another unit assaulted a correctional officer on December 20th, 2023. The officer received significant injuries. A code blue was ordered, and the entire unit was locked down. Ritchie had nothing to do with the assault, but the following day, after the ICIT, or Institutional Crisis Intervention Team, was deployed, Ritchie, seen here in an exhibit shown in court, was among 192 inmates who was strip searched, his wrists zip-tied, before being paraded out of his cell wearing only boxers by officers in heavily armed tactical gear, while his cell was searched for weapons. Ritchie was then forced to sit facing a wall and was not permitted to move before being returned to his cell and was deprived of medication and meals for 36 hours. In court Thursday, Superior Court Justice Jennifer Wilcombe noted that a correctional services investigation into the incident did not find the treatment punitive, but said it was difficult to conclude otherwise. The judge calling Ritchie's treatment disproportionate and excessive. Mr. Ritchie, along with the other prisoners, was strip searched naked. He was then zip-tied. The way he was told to sit with the ICIT members patrolling in their riot gear likely instilled fear in him. It was degrading and frightening. Ritchie admitted to breaking into his ex-girlfriend's Brampton home on June 17, 2022. There was a history of domestic abuse against Vergioni, and a court order prevented him from being near her. He then nearly decapitated Vergioni in front of the couple's 7-year-old son. The judge sentenced Ritchie to life with no chance of parole for 18 years, a 2-year reduction in his parole ineligibility because of what he endured at the hands of the Maplehurst security team. All these memories that we've made, because there are no more to be made. The end of a long and difficult road for the victim's mother, who is now raising the couple's son as her own. My role as a grandmother has been ripped away from me, and now I have to play mom. The judge rejected the defense's submission for a 10-year period of parole ineligibility. The judge calling the murder of Vanessa Vergioni one of the most gruesome and horrific second-degree murder cases she has seen during her 10 years on the bench. In Brampton, Catherine McDonald, Global News. Linville Ridge.
Yeah, people. So now you got the story. Sure, you got it done pack. So why wouldn't I not come and share the story? So I'm gonna shout, domestic abuse is never okay. The one time you go back, the one time you think you're safe. A lot of times, us women, at times, certain things, we weigh certain things. I have a child, blah, 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 all kind of different situations and scenarios, but we got to be mindful as well. Not only that the men, them are violent as well. You have women out here that abuse men as well. So I don't want the men, them on my page to feel like, it's only men we're talking about, but this story is basically vile. The lady had almost off her body. She was almost decapitated, and all of that factor, people. So that's the main reason why I had to come and share this story. Okay, guys, our hearts and soul goes out to the family, of course. But then again, you have to weigh that no matter if somebody's a murderer, no matter how somebody's a psychopath, no matter how someone is anything that you claim or you sum them up in society, they have rights as well, guys, especially in a country like that country that we spoke about, right? So we got to be mindful, all right? And yes, it's hard to swallow to know that, yeah, he pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, right? So basically, right and bright, right? Wrong and strong, basically, because you basically own up to the crime. And I guess maybe that's what we're in the factor too, because some people could give the police a long role and don't play guilty and just go to a trial and do the whole long blah, blah, blah. But I guess he played guilty and all of that. So the man wasn't basically made up from you have to leave wherever you are from. She had to get a restraining order against you. I mean, a lot of times you have women, they lie. And we know a lot of black brothers at times find themselves in these kind of relationship at times. And we know sometimes the domestic abuse don't match up to some of the lies that people tell. But sometimes this factor remains that he killed a young lady. And there's a history of domestic abuse. And she thought she was safe by getting a restraining order. And at times, sometimes ladies, you got to skip a city or two. You just sometimes when you really think that abuse and domestic abuse and you're really in fear for that person and you have to go out of your way to get that restraining order, sometimes you got to skip a city or two. You understand what I'm saying? Old cell phones, certain friends that you used to keep, you maybe would have to drop them. Car that you used to have, you maybe would have to get rid of. Sometimes that job application that you fill out in the first time that you fill out that application, they ask you, would you like to relocate it in the future or in the past or in the future when you fill out that application? Sometimes that job application that you filled out that they had in HR can also help you for you to relocate if there's another place that you work. and it's a different place in that the same company, and then you can even also exchange your job. Or maybe sometimes again you would have to skip out of that job as well if that person and the person is an abuser know where you work. All those things and all of those factors, ladies, young men and ladies, because member man is in abused relationship too, and woman is in really abused relationship too as well. All right, vice versa. So that's all I gotta say, people. I can't say much about the young man. I don't know he or she, but at the end of the day, this was a gruesome murder. Gruesome murder because you broke into the basement and basically killed her in front of your child. So the child for his rest of his life, my daddy killed my mama. Oh my. Let that one sit with you for a second, whether you're drinking your coffee, your tea, whatever you're doing this Sunday morning now. So from the other day, the rate of domestic abuse is way up. The rate of women dying by their lover is way up. But we also know that when it comes to all of that factor out there, they say that us black women have the rate of more dying by our peers at times, because especially they claim sometimes in the black community we're out here shouting F, fight, and funeral. But when we talk about those kind of things, people say, why you always talk about the black community? Now, I don't know what else to talk about because those are the problems of the black community. But nevertheless, this is an interracial marriage, and this young brother is coming from the black community. So at times we have to look and say, oh, how was he raised? And what was his childhood and all of that, if you're going to round up everything, because you can't just be wrong and strong and kill somebody and plead guilty to murder. And then here you go, your rights was violated because you strip search and all of that. And here you go, that your ineligibility for parole will be reduced. So everybody's out here on their feelings. But like I shout in the past and shout now, that everybody have rights, but it still remains that domestic abuse is never okay. Right? I have a question about the black community as a white boy, if you do not mind. What is the question? Because we talk about everything over here. This is an interracial marriage. She's white and he's black. So go ahead. What is the question? Right? So we got to be mindful, guys, all right? Because every community has their own issue and problems, right? Not every day I come and talk about the black community, but at times you have these kind of things in the black community where they claim that we black mothers or we black folks are going to
Richie
be
was
this and
awaiting
that,
trial for the
right? So we
murder
have
of
to
his
say that,
ex-girlfriend,
right?
29.
And this is an interracial situation where when you really think about it, we got to be mindful and figured out why everything has to be around domestic abuse. And why is it that, you know, when the domestic abuse situation comes, sometime it's hard to get help at times. You know, sometimes depends on what route you go, you're on a waiting list and all of those things. And sometimes to get a restraining order, it just don't happen tomorrow morning. You just can't just go to court and those things happen right away. So we got to be mindful at times, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, when you think about it, you know, we had that case as well where the lady from the army was killed by her spouse and the spouse was white and he claimed that he was abused by her. Remember that case that I dropped a couple months ago with the army, the two, the man and the woman in the army, and she had a birthday party and he came there and he spazzed out and chased her upstairs with the chase her upstairs when she was running away, telling the kids to go upstairs, and then he back her up in the kitchen, tell her to sit down and empty the Glock in her chest and say you and kill her, and then came and cry. He was abused because his penis wasn't working and he was coming from the army and all of that. So vice versa. We talk about the black community, the white, we talk about everything over here now. It's not just a black channel, right? So you have to be careful what question you even ask over here, because this is not only about the black race. We talk about everything over here. But when it caught our attention where our black brothers are being sentenced out here for domestic abuse, we have a problem. Because remember, the prison system is not made for dogs. A majority of the prison system are black folks, if you're reading and know what's going on. And at times they're there because they're not supposed to be there, because they didn't even commit a crime. Right? Thanks for being real and cool and not banning me for telling the truth. That's fine. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to be mindful, guys. You know what I mean? Because majority of these things that we're not seeing in the public that are being made are made in prison. And right now we have free labor in prison. Remember, the same coffin that majority of out here that people are being buried in is made in prison, right? The canoes and all of these things that are made in prison. We don't want to retrack and backtrack of all the things that are made in prison. So the prison population need people in there, whether they're there innocent or they're there under free will. Because you have some people who go there, go do time and not doing time in college and university. We spoke about that in the past, right? You have people out here that are lacking knowledge and wisdom that you don't know that you could do 4 years in trade instead of go do life in prison for killing someone, to be a gangbanger, to do all kind of things out here. Remember, I know society is tight out here, and especially now in the economy, people cannot find jobs because when it comes to the mass immigration, you think mass immigration will be mass production, but that's not so. People nowadays days are turning one job. Good morning. Good morning. Thaddeus, good morning. The people nowadays days, employers are turning one job into three jobs, two part-time and one casual, or two permanent part-time and one casual, right? So we know things are hard out here and sometimes people turn to crime. But you have some folks out here, they will never ever go to school to do anything, but they will go to prison, go do time in prison. And when they go to prison, they still would have to take up that trade, because if you're in prison doing free labor and you're making a casket, you have to know your measurement and you're going to be taught. So that's a trade. If you're going to saw something and scrub something and varnish something, that's basically a trade, right? So these are the nonsense that I talk about every day. So when you hear me come and say, okay, the Black community, not that I want to come and talk, but you have to talk about it, because certain things and ill will that goes on here sometimes is troubling and disturbing. But we talk about everybody around here now, right? And then you have some of our brothers that go out there and put down the work, go to school, then another. And when it's time to get apprenticeship, they can't get it because you have some of these people don't feel like we should reach anywhere. And they give us a hard time to even say, okay, to give us our certification, even when we can do the work. And then when you look at some of these job sites and you're passing on these job sites, you don't see none of our brothers out there. So should we blame our brothers and say, okay, our brothers are not out here going to school? Or you could say that there's a bigger picture out here, right? So we talk about everything over here. Don't get in your feelings when I say the Black community. The whole world has problems, but then at times you got to point out the few and pull back others, because you got to pick your fights out here in your battles. Remember, when it comes to YouTube, you're censored. When you talk about the Black community, they look through everything. But as soon as you start to talk about any other ethnic group, you're banned and shadow banned. And you're coming out here with hate crime and da-da-dee and da-da-da. So you got to give them what they want in the space, but bring the message home and still hold us accountable. If you guys understand the logics. You understand? Because right now, nowadays, you have to be mindful how you come out here, right? You understand? You got to be mindful. So we have a problem in many communities where domestic abuse is never all right, or it's never okay, because this man left from wherever he is and went in the basement, broke into the basement, and almost decapitated this young lady in front of her child, his child. And because his rights was violated, he got his parole ineligibility reduced. So basically the courts are saying he has rights and she have rights, no matter if he's a murderer. So I'm asking you guys, do you guys agree? All right. So that's the content basically. So it's not really cold-heartedly on the Black community. It's basically domestic abuse is everywhere. And this is an interracial relationship. She was white, he was Black, right? But the statistic out here says, and the statistics out here says that it's more like Black women are going to be dying by their peers. Because remember times when a lot of us go to court to get restraining order, it's like, yeah, Sometimes you report these things to the police is looking at you, yeah, right? And I would say, right? So all of these things. And I would say allegedly now. All right? Don't mix me. So there's tales to tell out here. Right? But it still brings us home. It's never okay. And there's a son out here now that has no mother or no father. Right? And you're not sure later on if he's going to come out. You don't know what other rights else the lawyer going to find to get him out, because remember, his rights was big violated now. So he could cry that he's not safe in that facility. And possible he could come out early and parole. Don't play with somebody charter of rights now. So it's just a story to shed and a light to shed that people have rights. Remember, if you guys are following the other situation, people came out here in rights, right? Many stories that people rights were violated and they come out of prison. Even sometimes out there may be some big time killers out here, right? And then you have people again that their rights are being so violated in prison and they will never come out. So this story is sad because here you go, that she get a restraining order. She don't want you around her no more. I'm sure you could have go to court to get rights to see your child. So if she don't want you to meet up with her to get the child, you could have get the child through the grandparents, right? But you don't know what that brother bear anyway as well, right? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes the court system don't favor sometimes you know. I don't want to say too much out here. Sometimes the system don't prefer certain people. So certain people go there to go get some rights. And when they look at A and B, they say, nah, you're not getting any rights. So I don't know how the situation played out. But I just know at the end of the day, this is a sad situation because look it. Mother is dead. Boy had rights violated. Grandma raising the child, that the child saw father killing the mother. Mother wake up to mother screaming in horror. Run, son, run. Go to bed. Go to bed, son. Go to bed. So mom is screaming, run, son. Dad is saying, go to bed. After he almost decapitated ex-girlfriend. It's a horror story, man. So I have to say, people, Sunday morning, wow. In other words, okay? Anyways, moving on. Moving on, guys. Really
29-year-old
moving
Vanessa
on,
Vergioni.
okay? From there, guys, I want to say that, like I said, Maplehurst jail, right? I want to say Maplehurst had Maplehurst jail, right? Because of that violation, I believe, right? There's supposed to be an action lawsuit happening out here because of that same strip search nonsense that happened there, all right? Let me see if I could find it. Right here. Not lying to you guys now, man. Come on. So what did I say? Am I lying? Right here. So it brings us right here now. Ontario government facing lawsuits from inmates over unconstitutional conduct by Maplehurst jail guards. Okay, guys? All right? So like I said, so they say his rights were violated and others' rights were violated as well. Unconscionable conduct. You cannot be doing those things to the jailers, although they're jailers. Okay? And that lawsuit was out here and came out in June 16, 2025. And they're seeking, how much money the jailers are seeking? Although they're the one who put themselves in jail, I believe, 30 million. So do you think the jailers should get 30 million for their strip search after they are not the one that beat the correctional officer almost to death or to death? And we have to say that because he was pounded on upon, like they almost beat him down in the ground. So we say death. Seriously. Okay? Because of that same beating. So the story that I just drop on you now, he's not alone suing and he's not alone crying about his rights. So you see where I'm getting at? So remember I said to you, there's a lawsuit out here. And when I finish the story, I am going to come and bring this part with the action lawsuit with this one hammering the story home. So he's not alone crying that his rights were violated. Other inmates are crying that day that they were hogtied, searched, and left in their boxers for 36 hours without no medication. So whether you are a prisoner of assault, drugs, or murder, you still have rights. And you're allowed to come out and sue the government while you're in jail. Oh my, what a country. Say what now? What a country, oh. So we shout out, oh, Canada. Seriously. So how does that sit with you all? So who tell them to go and zip tie everyone? They say that one of their correctional officer was beaten. There was a fight there, and the correctional officer was beaten up. So who beat up the correctional officer? Was it all the inmates? No. Was that whoever person beat him up, you're supposed to zip tie like a dog, throw him in the dungeon or the holding cell where no sheet, no pillow, nothing. Right? You can't go and zip tie everyone and put them against the wall like that prison that Donald Trump is sending everyone to, whether you're from that country or not. And let them face the wall and don't feed them for 36 hours. Remember, they have a right of no cruelty, please. I'm a murderer, but you can't do any cruelty to me at all. I have a right to 3 for a square meal and clothing on my back, please. So you see how the system is complicated? So that's why we call the system a catch-22. And these things are just money making in business, where we said from long time, we already told you guys who own the jails. And these jails, most of these prisons and jails are private owners and funded by the government quietly. Yeah? So this is a money business, money institution, where it's not even supposed to be found up on anyone's rights, really. So who's a fool today morning and today? Who's going to find themselves in prison and jail today? Raise your hand. Since you know it's a money institution and this is some nonsense and it's ways to hold on some people and way to make some money for the rich. Remember, you also can have, what did we talk about the other day about prison and jails? Remember I said that you also can have what? Do we need to revisit this? Bonds, stocks and bonds and prisoners. Did I come out and shout out that the other day? Or do I talk too much? Right? So it's a whole money institution now where a lot of people fail and falter. But at times people volunteer to be jailers and jailbirds and prisoners. And at times people are there because they're just there because they're frame. So how are you going to move on with your life tomorrow morning when you know that these things are called catch-22 and you can avoid these kind of things to be in those kind of institution where people can have stocks and bonds on you, where you wake up this time and eat this time. But when you're out here in society where you're basically free, you can follow those simple rules. But when you're locked down behind bars, you can follow those simple rules. Especially some of you young teens and you young kids, these are growing up. You won't follow your parents' rules, but you go follow the correctional officer rules. You won't go to school when your parents tell you to go to school, but you're out here sometime now finishing your high school in jail and in prison. Make that make sense for me? You won't go out there to go do some school and some trade, but you're out here want to be out here busting gun. So now you know that this system is a made-up system to make money and some and do with some. Now you know to make sure that you don't find yourself in these kind of institution. Because people think that if you're a murderer, you should have no rights. You maybe shouldn't even have no meals. But every day that you go out there and work, your paycheck, some of that taxes is taken off to go to many of these institutions that are subsidized by the government. Prisons and jails are private owned by some rich people. And I could show you one of the owners and show you many owners. But it is today, it is not for today. If you've been watching my content over and over the years, you would have saw all of those information. So we come out here a lot of times with knowledge and wisdom, not just about the Black community. I want you guys to get that shit straight, yeah? Because when you're painting me, I want you to paint me with a broad brush that I come out here with many other things other than the Black community business. Okay, we're not small-minded. We're opened, okay, to the horizon of knowledge and wisdom. So we seek all kind of information and we come out and spew it, whether you want to hear it or not. Rightfully, we try to also stay positive to spew most of these information because this information are knowledge and wisdom, and a lot of time we got to share with each other. I don't know everything, but at times you got to share something to even maybe know some more stuff, right? So that's what's happening today, guys. 30 minutes of your time or 39 minutes of your time. Okay? Anyhow, let's move on to some other things quick and fast, yes? All right. I also want to go back. 1 second. Let's second. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let's see for a second. Let me see where this takes me. I have some other things I want to talk about, but I gotta run. Anyway, it's been raining cats and dogs over here, guys. So, anyways, we want to bring ourselves all the way to let's talk about we want to go all the way to Haiti. So let's get to Haiti for a second in this big gang war. So as you guys know that there's a Haiti gang leader. I don't know how you're a gang leader and you're out here doing 1 second, guys. Hi everyone. 1 second. I don't know how you're a gang leader and you're doing interviews with all kind of camera. Back in the days, people are gang leader. Nobody don't know where they hide, where they sleep, where they eat, nothing. You have people who say they're gang leader and they're bringing cameras into their badness and their situation. I never seen nothing like this in my life. Some people will shout, it's the end time where God is near. Whoever you believe in. Okay? We get to understand after all of this interview that the Haiti gang leader did. It reached now that the USA, brother, my love, we're coming to get ya. It's almost like the Bin Laden story right now. What the government is saying, we're gonna send all the bad guys to come get you, Haiti gang leader. So now, guys, if Haiti is already dismantled, if the people in Haiti is suffering so much, do you think Haiti now can manage U.S. arm underground with all of this fighting and shooting to capture this gang leader, this Haitian gang leader? You guys believe that Haiti can take all of this shooting and bombings and anything else that's going to drop underground to capture this man? So I say that to say this. Welcome to the U.S. badness.
One, thanks for being here today. You can on either side of me. Yeah, come over here. It's okay. I don't bite. All right. All right, you know who I am, I assume.
I'm assuming, yeah, we do
Today
now.
we unsealed an indictment against two individuals, Jimmy Cherizier and a co-conspirator, Basil Richardson. It is a one-count indictment that was unsealed, and the one count has to do with conspiracy to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, also known as IEEPA. Jimmy Cherizier is also known as Barbecue. Do we have his picture here?
Look at Barbecue, the gang leader.
Yeah. Okay. He is a notorious gang leader from Haiti who has orchestrated and committed various acts of violence against Haitians in Haiti. He was sanctioned in 2020 by the United States government under the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. And that is an act that has to do with the president having the authority to sanction globally anyone who was involved in human rights abuses.
See it there?
Now, Cherizier is also known as Barbecue, and his indictment...
So basically this man commit treason. Oh no. Another Bin Laden story almost. Another Hussein. The U.S. right now find themselves going for the gang leader in Haiti. You gotta come now. And this man is gonna put up a fight for the U.S. to take him in capture, I believe. So Haiti will be in shambles and bumbles now, with all are going to be the bloodshed, I believe. Oh, Haiti. Haiti is in despair, oh. Haiti is in suffering, oh. And all of these things. And now this, wow.
Is the first indictment of an individual in the history of the Department of Justice who has been sanctioned under the International Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. Now, in terms of background, Barbecue was a police officer in Haiti, but he led many campaigns of violence against Haitians in Haiti, including the notorious La Saline attack in 2018. Notorious because he both planned and participated in the killing of approximately 71 Haitians. It is a turf war that has...
and that turf war have been gruesome, they claim, people, and all of that allegedly. I'm not there now. But it's been on the news for the while. If you've been watching Haiti, lots of war been going on, lots of killing in that country that those people are suffering. I wonder what Haiti did on land. So I wondered, remember they said Haiti is one of the poorest country they claim, man. It's disturbing and troubling in a French-speaking country like that. Wow.
Shocked the human rights activist in the world. His co-defendant, Basile Richardson, grew up in Haiti with Cherizier. He is a naturalized U.S. citizen who is living in North Carolina. He was also indicted under that same one count, and he is indicted for sending money to Cherizier, sending money from the Haitian diaspora in the United States to Cherizier. And
so now you get that. So I'm not going to drag it out. So we'll see how that play out, where they get the biggest gang leader they claim, Jimmy Barbecue, aka Jimmy, aka Barbecue, in Haiti. They claim say he's been killing off the Haitian allegedly and all of these kind of things. So let's see if he's just going to raise his hand and say, US, come and get me, please. I believe he did give the US. I believe he did respond to the US, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I could find it. Okay, let's go to YouTube for a second. I believe he did responded to this lady and says something about... I think that one flew over my head, to be honest. Because more time when you're busy, some stuff stays in your brain and some stuff just be like, poof, I'm gone. You know what I mean? One of those. But I believe, one second. I believe that Barbecue did respond. 1 second, man. Let's see if I could find that. And yeah, I believe Barbecue did respond to that lady, to be honest. Of course he did. Oh my. Oh, did I lie? I did not. Right here, guys. Let's put this together. 1 second.
Barbecue.
I never tell a lie, guys.
If the FBI wants me,
1 second.
my name is Jimmy Cherizier, Barbecue. If the FBI wants me, I'm here.
See, I told ya.
I'm willing to collaborate with them on one condition. There can be no lies told. Basil Richardson, a.k.a. Fredo, is innocent. He has never sent any money to me to finance anything in Haiti. Stop with all those lies and we can collaborate. Thank you.
You're there.
His indictment is the first indictment of an individual in the history of the Department of Justice who has been sanctioned under the International Global Magnitsky Human...
You hear that? So everything they make history, and the history makes it with the black brother. See, these are the things I'm talking about. Did you hear what she said? That's the first. Okay, let's back it up because I don't want you guys to think. We're going to replay this whole thing all over again. Remember what you said? The FBI, there's an indictment. They're going to lock him up because he kills over 71 Haitian people. He's been fueling gang war. There was another person indicted because he was giving him money to fight gang war. Remember, he responded. And you hear what she said? This is in history. First in history that they're going to do this to a man. 1 second. Let's back it up. After he done talk. 1 second. Let's give you guys a little bit, a wee bit. 1 second. Here we go.
His indictment is the first indictment of an individual in the history of the Department of Justice who has been sanctioned under the International Global Magnitsky Human Rights Accountability Act. Now,
so that act been out for a while, and the only person going to make it a history to make that act will be that man. So the question the public want to ask, So you have these people over here now in Ukraine and all over fighting this big war. So much innocent, so much babies are dying. I wonder when they're gonna charge them for treason and all of this war that they're trying charging the Haiti gang leader for. Cause the amount of bombing and killings from the other day when it comes to that the war, Ukraine and whatever war and all of these nonsense that are happening, it's beyond us. So only that man is going to make that law that was there for a while history. Oh my. Anyways, moving on, not our business. Let's see how that one played out. Let's see if that gang leader, if he's so bad and he's so barbaric and he's so savage and he's killing all kind of people. Remember they say they have 7.6 million bounty on his head. Let's wrap up this one, please. They have 1 second, okay?
Indicted by a U.S. federal grand jury, immediately responding on social media.
My name is Jimmy Cherizier, barbecue. If the FBI wants me, I'm here. I'm willing to collaborate with them on one condition. There can be no lies told.
Cherizier, better known as Barbecue,
See?
accused by the U.S. of engaging in a wide-ranging conspiracy to circumvent
See the money there what the US
and
is putting
raise
up for
funds
him?
for gang activities in Haiti.
So this is serious, people. And if you never heard this, you heard it over here first. We talk about a lot of things now. We even gone over Haiti. We talk about a lot of things over here. So I don't want you guys to think that we're in the gutter and we only talk about one thing. We talk about many things over here now. So the US now have a bounty on this man's head. Big, big money. And they're coming to get him. And he responded. So we want to know if he's just going to volunteer just to say, here I am, without guns out this morning. So worries in the dance, worries tonight, worries in the dance, worries tonight, guns out with the FBI and the big bad gang leader, allegedly. Oh.
Haiti. The newly appointed U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia announcing the indictment. He is a notorious gang leader.
So she's new, the law is new, and he will make it history for them to indict him, the black brother, again. Oh my. Am I in my feelings? Not at all. I'm just trying to show you where this is getting at. So her job is new, the law is new, and the person to make example out of would be the Haiti black gang leader they claim. So nobody else was supposed to be indicted under that law. Anybody else, please and thanks. Same like I told you guys the other day. Lots of people are going to go down. Black folks are going to go down in sexual assault, sex trafficking, because the law was always called the White Slave Act. Who was the first person they made an example out of? The black boxer. So said, so done, they played out in the Diddy trial. I call it, and I told you guys he's not going down for that because that law was already for us. So he's not going down for that, not at all. And so said, so be it, so it. And I'm not a lawyer. So there's a lot of truth that a lot of things I fantasize over here and I say, guys, not at all. A lot of things I call a shot over here and I'm like, guys, nope, no, not at all. So let's see if this one plays out and see if he's just going to say, here I am, come get me, without fighting and shooting and bombing and all. Oh my, what a tragedy. Especially in Haiti, where there's so much suffering. Especially in Haiti, where there's so much people dying already. Especially in Haiti, where so much poverty and all. Can they manage? Can the country sustain after they were trying to rebuild of so many other things that occur in Haiti, guys? Wow. So let's move on, guys, to some other things, please, and thanks. Moving on, guys. All right. Let's go back to talk about some other things. Wrapping up this live, rather. Okay, I'm wrapping up this live. So let me just drop some other things that I want to drop in here and wrap up the live and say, guys, thank you for lending me your ear early Sunday morning. I really appreciate you stopping by. And it's a good damn look. Okay, guys? 1 second. Let me find the other things that I want to put in this content. Because when I'm not around, you guys are hungry for content. And now I'm around, I poured out like tea or coffee. So let's go right here and talk about Dr. Umar. Now, people, let's beat Dr. Umar for a second. Now, Dr. Umar, we love some of your speech. We love some of your mayhem. We love some of all the nonsense at times you come around. You say you come out and you beat a lot of people. You have this, you have solution. We never saw the schools that they claim say you're supposed to build. Now somebody now come cracking down on Umar and saying, Dr. Umar, ouch. So right now, Dr. Umar came out the other day. They actually froze his bank account. We can't see the school opening. Now they claim say possible the government is coming down to close the school because of some money that is not paid, taxes and all. And Dr. Umar is saying, black folks, come out here and march. March, oh, because they want to take away the schools and all of that that is not open. Make that make sense for me, but who am I to say? Let's unpack this one quick and fast. Okay, guys.
City of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for
Yep.
6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email,
So does it take 6 years? 1 second. Does it take 6 years for someone to build a school, or because people say because he's a black brother, he struggled to get funding? Because you have some schools start 1 year and by the time you look, private school is up, bam. So do you think it's just it's some kind of hold on, don't have no schools that will really uphold the community? Or you guys think that this man just cold-heartedly rub up all the donation and out here flattering and buffering and telling lies to the black community? I don't know, people, I'm just asking. Many questions out to ask, so we're just saying, and all of these things from the whole content started, allegedly. Anything that I put all in this content, even if it's true and you went to go do your research and you found out it's true, it's allegedly. And my point, please and thank you. Okay, guys, let's continue to unpack.
past weekend, without a letter in the mail. This past weekend, without a phone call. The city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools.
So them lock the school almost like the landlord. Oh no. Oh my, ouch, ouch, ouch. Like a big ouch. Like ouch. Like real ouch. Imagine that they locked the school now that this man is trying to put up, he claimed, for 6 years. So the question remains, allegedly, did he eat all the black folks or any folks that donated to build that school? And all the money that he was getting, was he paying the taxes? We're not sure. So we're just shouting allegedly what happened to the money and why the school is just standing without opening. So they're the people them standing there putting locks on the school. Dr. Umar out here in his feelings. Ouch.
Informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities
I told you that some money is supposed to be owed out here. Did you hear me ask the question? Did I jump the gun, people, or I should have let him finish? Oh my. So obviously something has to be owed for them to want to put the lock on it now, I would think. Oh my.
the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our account?
You see how Dr. Umar put in the 25th of Black August just to pull on you guys' heartstring? Dr. Umar, oh. Anyway, let's continue.
Are frozen. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door.
You see what me side-eyeing Dr. Umar?
Somebody stole one set of notifications.
See what me side-eyeing this man?
Sent it to the instruction screen, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes.
To me a
We
side-eye
already
in?
paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. Now we got to pay another $30,000 for vacant property registration fees that we shouldn't even owe because we should have a way. I want all FD.
So did this man say that he has to pay a water bill what they don't use? So the question again, why isn't the building occupied? No occupants, no children? And you have all water bill and they're asking you for it and it's not used? Oh, Father God. So something is wrong somewhere. Oh, what happened to the school? Now they put locks on it. Let's continue.
DMG donors and supporters to get ready for a protest. We may have to march on City Hall, brothers and sisters. Auction off the campus we bought.
So they're ready to auction off all of those campuses that he claimed he bought. So the question they be asking all this time, where is the donation money? Why all of these bills owed 30,000 and all of these things? Why all of these money owe up now that they're gonna auction off and put locks on the building? Something is wrong here, but it's not my business. Okay, guys? Same thing a lot of times, you know, there's lots of mismanagement and then people have to come take it over. Same like how they come and take over the Caravana. You have different people who are sponsoring that because they claim that in the black community at times they can't manage the money. You have all kind of things where, oh, Jesus, we don't want to talk about all of those things. Those things are for another story now, to be honest, because Dr. Umar really... Oh my God. Anyways, from there, guys, let's wrap this up and get to dancehall quick and fast. We get to understand that, you know, in the past we saw that Khago was having some kind of session at his home where you see Vegas and all kind of people with Khago and all kind of people. It seems like Vegas and Khago is not seeing eye to eye. So let's get to dancehall right now and wrap up this live and say thank you guys for stopping by. So we're gonna shout worries in the dance, worries tonight, worries in the dance, worries tonight, worries in the dance. 1 second.
Answer to every, body will say something about Vegas because I realize Mr. Vegas is a stairway to heaven. So because he's a stairway to heaven, everybody just thinks that they can just climb to get to heaven. You see? So I notice that all the time I realize, I tell myself and the people around me will check for me, them say, yo, make some people talk to them, but I answer to them. Because sometimes it's difficult for you, some people talk, can tell a lie, I ain't respond to them. It's kind of difficult, Worse, so we're in a digital era and a lie spread faster than the truth. You understand what I say? But tonight, I want to set the record straight. And this is the only time I'm going to talk about this individual. Because I truly believe that this person needs bully for help. This person needs a lot of psychological evaluation.
Oh, no.
And this person needs to continue taking his medicine.
You're dead.
Because I truly believe that this person...
Could you imagine? So after Vegas, 1 second, guys. So after Vegas and Khago out here going on good, happening, going on good. People are shouting that they're bringing back the vibe in the music. I'll keep all kind of people who got shut out. Khago is bringing them back. Like the Angel and everybody and all of those stories. And now that you hear now that Khago needs medication. Oh, Father God. People, I don't know, man. Sometimes I have to be like, what? Like, I don't know, man. So I really have to be like, what? So right now I have to shout out, really and truly? Huh? Really and truly? Huh?
Something all right. Something all right, yeah.
Something not right here. So I had to drop Mr. Ninja Man in this one because something not right here, guys. How is this possible now that Vegas and Khago is at it now, guys? Anyways, let's continue with this a little bit and jump off of this.
Person is a sick individual, very, very sick individual. But you see, there are some people in this world where them realize when them look sympathy, yeah, and when them play victim, them get sympathy. Those are some very dangerous people. So I understand it. I understand there's a lot of different aspects of this situation. See? Based on my little knowledge about behaviors, the most I can bring this down to is histrionics. See? So, what is histrionics? People will just do out of them way to get attention, like do extreme things to get attention. You see? Some things we not even need no attention. You know, yeah.
So that means that when Ginger came out here and said that Khago is doing those things to get attention, then maybe we should have believed Ginger. Oh no. Let's continue.
Well, the reason I want to set this straight is because I see people like Irish and Chin, where you know some is a man of mad respect for Irish and Chin. He used to manage me with never work out, but he knows some respect for him tall. Zane. So I see a man like Irish and Chin being fed misinformation or disinformation. I have to set the record straight because I respect Chin. Zane, as a man will teach me a lot. In the short time with me and him, at a business venture. Zane? Yeah. Now who me I talk about? Khago.
I told ya.
Khago, see him? I was not gonna speak about him because I see him look a thing a buzz, him look a thing a go on, and
See? I told you guys, worries in the dance, worries
a
tonight.
negative view of him. So I just hold it for weeks and weeks and weeks and just make him just go and do him thing and go and try to tear me down. See him? And I just hold it. But I realize that him I get to the extreme now where I go on certain platforms where I have big audience or a wider audience, and I tell lie on me and I spread false information on me. So
therefore, when Ginger did cry out the other day that Khago's out here parting false information, then allegedly we should have maybe believed Ginger, because here come Vegas now saying the same thing. So somebody could lie or what? I don't know how it go.
let me set the record straight. For the people that care about the truth, can't everybody care about the truth? For the people that care about the truth. You see? Now, who is Khago? Khago is a dancehall artist who was in the 2000. Yeah, used to work with Banky them, come on the scene, and do him thing. Very, very talented youth. Super talented. Have a good ears in the music. But, of course, a lot of artists, them say that when them mad, in our language, them super talented. So maybe I'm just one of the mad artists that are super talented.
Oh my. So now he's mentally
and
ill.
No disrespect him being mad. We used to say Lee Scratch Perry mad, but he was a genius. So I think Khago is a genius. But I think the side things overrides his greatness before him could have implemented. Before him could have cement a legacy in the industry, the side things the other pieces, the things we bring to the thing, it sidetrack the great artist he could have been, like build a strong catalog. You understand? Because he's very talented, he's super talented. So I realized that from a long time. I realized that when him reach out to me and him say, yo, he might go analyze himself, and I talk him out of it.
Oh no.
I say, yo, oh yeah, stop your foolishness, man.
So now Khago was going to commit suicide and Vegas talk him out of it? Say what now? Oh, this is a different day. I got to do a different content for this one now. Say who now? Really and truly? Wow.
I'm link him up with Frenchie from England. I say, yo, Frenchie, I record some song with a youth.
It's
See him
terrible.
start work on his album, trying to produce an album with him. Him send Frenchie message, season this is to take down the song. When produced with Frenchie. When Frenchie produced with him. Remember, say, I beg Frenchie record him on it. When I check a stack, him send season this is because him and when name Kemar McGregor start link. Him and Kemar McGregor start link. I never even know say I do another album. I'm there gathering beats to make his album. When I check a stack, him and Kemar McGregor put out an album. See, me fright me see the album out. Him a go on, him album the number one, this, number one, that, rare. Him start cuss me say me not promote the album. I'm like, yo, me there I put beats together for produce your album. And when look me see I have an album out. You never me said to me say, yo, stop what you're doing. I'm gonna put out an album. See? So that gets shelf. Him and Kemar McGregor fall out. See?
Go and listen.
Him found Francine. Now, Francine had him on a good track. Francine had him on a good, musical part. Francine have him, coordinated. Him and Francine kick off. Why? Why my Francine kick off? Because Francine came and structured this thing. Went after Cremar McGregor, one lawsuit, all of them things here. So Francine structured this thing. Him and Francine kick off. Why my Francine kick off?
But that's between his wife and him.
Personal things.
Right. Between him and his wife. Anyways, they said that there's a recording that between Vegas and Khago, and Vegas came to spill all of the voice note and stuff like that. So we're gonna go into it, okay? Skip out some of these things because I can't bother. Second, all right? 1 second, guys.
Alright, so here we have to go problem. The true algorithm pick it up. So these are major DJs, brother. Major DJs. I know you don't do one. I know. Yeah, fam, tell me to like this. Zine? I know you don't do one. Watch it. Me get interview for you at Guyana. I know. Yeah, bro. Joanna. Remember Joanna? I know, bro. Eh? So check this out, bro. When you put those things on the artwork, it messes up you with Spotify. All along me I guide you. Yeah, pre-read know when I get all along. Send me an email, I can send me the artwork, but when you see it as some more artwork and official done. So I say no the high definition thing I deal with. Me a fight and I tell you to get better artwork. Morning, brother. The artwork and the wave done. How we looking? Me I beg the man, the wave and the artwork them for blast him song from May and up to down at end of June. This man don't send me one thing. Artwork, wave and MP3. I plan for them, I plan for blast. Let the man blast Fortune, Florida and the Khago, Vegas and Angel. I mean, if that good. This is a world blast, me I do, brother.
So Vegas said that he come with all the receipts and all of that when it comes to Khago and conversation. So he's basically saying that he was trying to uplift him, make his work better, not pulling him down, not fighting him. Vegas also said that Khago called him and said that he was suicidal, and I'm gonna say allegedly, and he had to talk him out of it for not killing himself. Oh my, all those things when your close friend and the shoulder that you go cry on turn the worst enemy. Anyways, people, thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure as always. Happy Sunday. If you don't see me in the week, I am just busy. So just replay some of the content and have yourself a great Sunday. Bye.